Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Michael Gracia, and today I'm going to show you how to build a simple paper puppet. Now, when you build a puppet, you just need one regular sheet of paper. Alright, you can hold either portrait, which is up and down like this, or you can hold it landscape, which is like this. I'm going to start with the portrait. I'm going to make one of each. And what we do is we're going to hold this portrait, and I'm going to take a piece of paper and fold it just slightly past the halfway mark. Okay. Now once I got a nice clean fold, I'm going to open this up. Right? You can see I open it up. I'm going to take this side and fold it right into the crease. Then I'm going to fold this back over. Now when I turn this over, you can see there's a bit of a lip here, right? It's a little hanging over. Let me move this paper so you can see it better on the black. I'm just going to fold this down, fold the edge over. Some people may not have a lip. It's okay depending how you fold it. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and how do I want to do this? This way. I want to fold it down so it's folded in half, just like this. The reason I had to think for a second is I want to make sure that this little lip isn't showing when I'm done with the folds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, the top part, and fold that back in half. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the bottom. Now, if you look here on the back, I've made a little pocket. And on the top one, you can put all 4 fingers. Mine's too big, so I can only get 3 in. And I got my thumb in the bottom. So when we turn it, you see it, and we open and close, and it talks like that. But it needs a face, right? So the top part, we choose one side for the top part. The crease is going to face us, and the pocket's going to face behind us. And I'm going to use a felt tip pen. Now this could be a Sharpie. It could be, if you don't have felt tip pens, it could be a crayon, right? Or a colored pencil. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 big circles here. One here and one right here. And then I'm going to draw in a couple more. 1, 2, and then a little tiny one right there. What I've created, this part is going to be colored in black, but right there is the highlight of the eye. So I'm going to do that on this side too. 1, 2, and then a highlight. I'm also going to give them eyebrows. And maybe a little nose. Okay. Now this is where the coloring comes in. If you want to color with the Sharpie or your felt tip pen, that's fine. I'm not going to do that. I got some colored pencils here. I chose 3 colors specifically. I got black, blue, and red, but you can use any colors you want. So I'm going to start with the black, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in the eyebrows. And remember, you can use crayons, you could even use markers, but I don't usually recommend markers when you're using regular photocopy paper or even construction paper. It's just if you're using something a little thicker, like what we would call a cardstock, which is what when you get cards for your birthday or something, what that's made out of. Markers tend to be better on that. So I would stick with colored pencils or crayons. So the black that I'm coloring in, this is the pupil, so that's the black part of your eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blue, and I'm going to color the bigger area around it. And so my character has blue eyes. All right. Now what I'm going to do is take my felt tip pen again, and I'm going to draw a tongue. Now, when I flip this open, there's the top part up here, and then here's the bottom part, and the tongue is always on the bottom part. And to make a tongue, it's just like almost like making a heart. You see that? But we don't add a point. Then we draw a thin line in there. Now, if you want, you can add teeth into this, whatever. But this is why I got my red. I'm going to go with a very, very soft coloring, so it looks almost, it's a very light red, so it kind of comes across as pink. Most tongues are pinkish more in color than red. Red's just something we've used in cartoons and what people are accustomed to. But I like to keep it a little white, a little lighter than a dark red. Now I'm going to bring that piece of paper I had back, and the reason for that is to just make sure my stuff is neat. So I'm going to color with the black all around because the inside of the mouth is dark. And you can use other colors. Sometimes people like to use pink for the tongue so they can use red inside the mouth. Or maybe they'll do, you know, they may do black, you know, they could do whatever. I mean, I've actually seen like orange inside mouths, you know, when I'm looking at puppets and stuff. So it's really, be creative. Use whatever colors you want, you know. And it doesn't have to be a person. This could be a robot, a monster, a cat, a dog, a unicorn, a fairy, whatever you want to make it. It's you know, be creative. Use your imagination. Because these are very easy to make. You know, you might need help from your parents with the folding, but this is just a fun, easy type of puppet to make. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my red back. I'm going to give my guy a couple of freckles. So a couple of little circles. So there is one of my puppets. And what I do is I put my fingers in here, and my thumb goes in here, and I turn, and I start talking, and I say things like, hello, give him a name, like, hi, I'm Steven, and I like stuff. All right, so that right there is a quick puppet. This is holding it portrait. Now, don't forget, we can do other things to this, and I'll show you in a moment, or talk about it in a moment. Now, this one here, I'm going to do a quick one, but we're going to start this one as in the landscape setting. So we're going to go do the same thing, fold a little bit past halfway, the halfway mark, come in, fold to the crease, fold it back over, and if there's a lip, fold that lip in. Right? We've all done this already. Now, what we do is we fold this down with the lip on top, because when we fold it back, we're not going to see the lip. Right? And I'm just going to make a quick face, because I want to show you something here. I'm not going to make the inside of the mouth, but if I was to come in here, and I was just to draw a couple of eyes, make it a little bigger so they're kind of even, and maybe I'll give him a little nose like that, right? Now, with this type of puppet in the pocket, all my fingers fit on the top. But now it's really big for my thumb. So when I'm talking, my thumb's going to fall out of it. So what I do is I take a piece of tape, and you could use Scotch tape or masking tape, whatever tape you have home. Scotch tape works perfect. I don't have any in front of me right now, so I'm using what we call artist tape. And I take 2 small pieces that I got right here. And on the bottom, I'm going to just put a little bit in on, where is it? There it is on the camera, each side. And now when I open up the pocket here, my thumb isn't going to fall out. And you see, sorry, my fingers are falling out now. And you see, so here I am talking, my thumb's not falling out, and it's just a nice way to build a puppet that's quick and fun and lasts a long time. Here's a little character I made earlier. kind of this, all the same method. I even used a little scissor. I didn't cut into the pocket, but I cut a little bit, so I bent his hair in. All right, so I can have a little bit of hair. I've built puppets where like I said, I've made animals out of these, cats, dogs. I've added construction paper, made Disney characters like Mickey Mouse. On some of them, I've even created birds where I'll take like yellow construction paper and cut out a triangle and glue it down or tape it down to create a beak. And maybe I'll put a smaller one on the bottom down here, so when it talks, it's a bird. So really, you can make anything you want. The idea is to be as creative as you can and just build your puppets. And then have fun. Put a puppet show on. All right? Create a story. You know, read a book with your puppet. Just have a lot of fun and be creative. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.